It's Krishna. What is the proof in the Gita? What is the proof? People say, why do you say that? You have to give the proof, the praman all the time. This is the thing. If you study Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vibhav, you have to give the praman all the time. People are, they understand. There's no there's no question. This guy knows his stuff. So what is that verse? 9:30. Samoham savabhuteshu nanmedveshostina priyaha. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya madititeshu chapyaham. And beginning is Paramatma, or I hate no one, I love no one. That's Paramatma. But then the second part of 9:29, but whoever is a friend in devotion to me, then I'm a friend to him. You follow? That's Bhagwan. That's no more Paramatma. So devotee falls into the second category.
Because it's personal.
Exactly.
Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so it's personal. From Jeev to the Supreme Person.
Yeah, Smaran, look at 19. Smaran Mukunangri is going to remember the lotus feet. Upaguhanam is going to embrace. So we have always to give space to a devotee. We don't know where he's at. It's very dangerous to Atmavan Manyate Jagat to superimpose your understanding on a devotee. It's risky. You're playing with fire. See, a devotee, a karmi, a vikarmi suffers the results of his own fruity reactions. But a devotee is a different ball game. What is different? It's totally different. The devotee is reformed by chastisement directly by the Lord Himself. That's the major difference. Paramatma is dealing with non-devotees, and for devotees, it's not Paramatma, it's Krishna. It's like if you compare an orphan and the suffering of an orphan with the sufferings of a beloved child of a king. The, 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 the sufferings of the beloved child of the king may be a brat. That kid is a brat. He's a nonsense. He is extremely cheeky and misbehaving, but he's got eternally the upper end of his father, beloved king, behind. Whereas the other guy, the orphan, he has lost his parents. It's a different ballgame altogether. This is the difference. Once you have done a little service for Krishna, it's for eternity. It cannot be erased by death. That's a major difference. People don't understand this thing. That is why sometimes devotees are put into the position of helplessness. It doesn't mean they are less fortunate. On the contrary, they are being taken care of directly by Krishna. So it means, Yasyaham manugrinami harishyeta danam shane. That devotee is being trampled big time. But you can rest assured, Mukti Pade Sadayabak is gonna win the lottery, the spiritual lottery. He's gonna go back to Krishna. Because Krishna is pushing him. That's his mercy. Of course, Krishna is not a fool. He's not going to give you a test higher than what you can bear. So he knows how far he can push you. We're not Prahlad. Prahlad is totally beyond. So there is no misfortune for the devotee. Even if he becomes overcome due to poor discrimination, he doesn't return to samsara. No. He may take birth again, but that future birth is organized by Krishna for further purification. we have to understand it's very tricky, and devotees sometimes fall into the trip, the habit. Oh, that is his karma. No, that is not his karma. What is the praman? 10:14:8. Tatenu kampam susamikshama. He doesn't experience happiness and distress from his karma. No. He only experiences the happiness and distress directly given by the Lord. This is a state of affairs. Because technically we have no longer karma.
This is 10:48.
Tatenu Kampam Susamikshmanu, 10:14:8. Yeah, it's Brahma. Brahma is offering all his prayers of grievance, not grievance, of forgiveness, sorry.
Yes, that lila.
Tatenu Kampam, it's beautiful. Prabhupada say that verse should be worn like a dog has a collar. Can you imagine? A dog has a collar around the neck. That verse should be the collar around the neck of the devotee. 10:14:8. It's a key verse.
Is this lila when Lord Brahma take Krishna's friends, and then Krishna just takes Lord Brahma?
So after Brahma Vimoha, Lord Brahma comes, is totally in tears, he's crying bitterly, he has made a fool of himself. He comes in Vrindavan in a secret place, and Krishna is barefoot, eating from his left hand, and Brahma is going to offer one chapter of excuses. Then 14th chapter is a chapter of excuses, and Krishna doesn't even speak a word. So Brahma is maha embarrassed. And at the end of the chapter he leaves. He said, this place is not for me. It's too high, way too high for me. It's totally beyond me. And then he goes, if I can become a blade of grass, I'm okay with that. Brahma understands, I'm out of touch. He feels so embarrassed, he goes back to his planet. That is why he came as Haridas Thakur. Why do you think Brahma came as Haridas Thakur? Why? Because he felt so much mortified in that Brahma Vimohanila. He understood, I better make up for it. Let me come as a Muslim and be beaten up everywhere, 22 marketplaces, to make up for my blunder. It's a major blunder. Major. And of course, he became redeemed so much that Mahaprabhu God himself dug his own grave. He dug the own grave of Haridas Thakur with his own hands. So this is the reward. So our Brahma is very intelligent. He entered into Gaur-Lila. He knows. I better make up for my blunder, big time. So he came back as Haridas Thakur, and Mahaprabhu welcomed him. So this is this continuation. You have to understand, Krishna Lila and Gaur-Lila, it's just one after the other. It's like an ongoing. The same personalities. They used to be females, now they are males. It's still the same Lila. Okay, any questions on 19? These are very intense verse. Okay. So 20 is beautiful. All the shloka key and key verses. Hidame Vishvam Bhagavani Vetaro Yato Jagatstana Niroda Sambhavaha Tatit Swayam Veda Bhavam Statapite Pradesha Matram Bhavata Pradashitam.
Can I sing the Sanskrit too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Idam hi Vishwam Bhagavam Ivetaru Yato Jagastana Mirad Sambhavaha Tati Swayam Vedavatam Stati Pite Pradesha Madram Bhavata Pradashitam. Translation: the Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead is Himself, this cosmos, and still He is aloof from it. From Him only has this cosmic manifestation emanated. In Him it rests, and unto Him it enters after annihilation. Your good self knows all about this. I have given only a synopsis.
Yeah, so what's happening here? There's a little shift here. So from 20, 21, 22, now we are changing a little bit. In other words, before it's all about bhakti and the progress of bhakti is eternally credited. Now it's Narad Vani. Now he's giving Vani instructions. So what does he say here?
That the Lord is Himself the cosmos, the universe. He is the one who has created everything. Rests on Him, and another time, due course of time, it will be annihilated by Him.
Yeah.
And our Paramatma, our soul spirit knows deep inside this knowledge. And this is he says but maybe we forgot about it.
That again?
Yeah, a part of ourselves knows about this, what is stated.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is tricky, yeah? Because Hidami Vishvam Bhagavan Ivetaro. So this sentence is tricky because it's written Krishna himself is the cosmos. Bhagavan Ivetaro. But see how Prabhupada is so expert in translating. Look at the translation. Eva Ivetaro. Almost the same. Because if you say that the universe is Krishna, what's wrong with that? That's another school of thought. What is it?
No, because Krishna, what was the name of his universal form? We saw it in the previous chapter of this canto. His universal form, but his supreme personality of Godhead. He's not just that; it's a part of him. That's his universal form.
Yeah, so it says almost the same. So if we say Krishna is entirely the cosmos, then it's a bit
impersonal.
Impersonal in the sense it can open the door towards mistake. Then you fall into the philosophy of pantheism. What is pantheism? That's pretty much what they think. Oh, the creation has become God. The creation is God. What's wrong with that philosophy?
For me, it's impersonal. It's Virat Rup, huh? We say in
I would say here that particular philosophy is called pantheisms. So the pantheists, what do they say? They say that God diversifies himself in the whole spectrum of the creation. He has become his creation. In other words, God no more exists. He exists in the form of his creation. He has lost his personality. Just like if you put butter, you butter your toast of bread, and the butter is so thin that you don't even see the butter.
Yes, it's diluted, you want to say.
The bread has drunk your butter. In the same way, they're saying the pantheist, oh, God has become drunk by the creation. He has disappeared in the creation. So that is why Krishna Prabhupada is so expert. He says Eva means almost the same. We cannot conclude that the creation is God entirely. No. So what is our philosophy? let's try to put it properly now.
Yeah, because you take power off Lord Krishna, because it means that it's diluted. You want to say diluted. When you put like syrup into a liter of water, then it becomes diluted. Huh?
Yeah. So in other words, what is our
Get lost.
philosophy? Achintya Bedabed, Parasya Shaktir, Vivideva Shriyate, Yanabala Kriyacha. So it means that Shakti, Shakti Matayo, Abedda. There is no difference between Shaktiman, the possessor of the energies, and the Shakti. Just like you could say, well, there's no difference between the heat of the sun, the light of the sun, and the sun. It's correct, but at the same time, it is incorrect. Like now, it's quite sunny today in France, so there is sunshine in my room. There is some heat in my room, but can I say that the sun globe is in my room?
No.
No, I would die on the spot. So it's Achintya Bed Abed. It's simultaneously, inconceivably, one and different. So this is the philosophy of Gautya. So what do we say to these people, to the pantheists? Shakti, Shakti Matayo, Abeda. Yes, you're right. First of all, you always find a common ground with the person you preach to. Yes, sir, my dear pantheist. Yes, you're right. There is no difference between the Shaktiman, God, the possessor, and the energies. Cosmos is an energy. But, my dear sir, at the same time, there's difference. And then you explain, because the guy by then will be bewildered. So, how do you explain? Goloka Nivasati Akilat Mabuddha. Krishna is Akilat Mabut in everyone's heart. Is also Brahman. Remember 9.4? Maya Tatam Idam Savam Jagadakta Murtina is present in his Avyakta Murti, but also is in Golok. Krishna can do that. He can play with the gopis in Golok. Nivasati means to dwell. He lives in Golok. At the same time, is in Akilat Mabuddha, in everyone's heart. Is also his energy, Avyakta Murtina. The whole material creation rests on this Avyakta Murtina. So Krishna is the supreme. He is endowed with unlimited energies. He doesn't have to be there to make things function. He can delegate. He has delegated to the Vishnu. We discussed in the third canto, Triadisha. Triadisha means the Lord of Three. He's got three Vishnu. He's got three Guna avatars. He's got so many threes working for him. He's got Manvanta avatar, 14 per kalpa. He's got Manus. He's got Brahma. So you understand, he's the big CEO. He does nothing. He revels in pastimes of love. So that is why Prabhupada explained it in 111, remember? Nothing is absolutely equal with the absolute truth. And I'm going to add up all the energies, billion and billion of energies, and then I will get Krishna. No, it's not true. Even if you add up all the energies of Krishna, it cannot be absolutely equal to the absolute truth. The absolute truth is still beyond. Just like the heat of the sun and the light of the sun, it gives you a little clue of the power of the sun, but it's totally minimal compared to the power, to the full light and the full heat of the sun. And on top of that, it's not finished. Prabhupada explained in 111, at the same time, nothing is independent of the absolute truth. Not only nothing equals to the absolute truth, number two, nothing is independent. So this is the drawback, the shortcoming of the pantheists. They are thinking, oh, he has become the creation. Finish. He doesn't exist anymore. This is short-sightedness. And that's why we need to know this philosophy inside out.
Yeah, and it's taking power off from the Lord. It means this from the philosophy, from the pantheism. It takes power off
Yeah,
the Lord because they will then they are stating that the Lord has diluted himself in
exactly.
creation.
See, again, it boils down to saying Atmavan Manyate Jagat. You tend to superimpose your shortcoming, your petty consciousness unto the Lord. This is the problem. Even as devotee, we tend to do that. Atmavan Manyate Jagat. Oh, I'm like this, so he must be like me.
Because we are not totally surrendered.
Because we are tiny. We are Anu Atma. Have you seen the size of the soul?
Yes, but because we are not totally surrendered, then the
Yeah,
Lord won't reveal himself yet.
exactly. Yeah. So these are key verses. This is Narad is a genius.
And why Narad? My question is, Prabhu, why Narad is explaining this that for Srila Vyasadeva is like basic knowledge.
Well, yeah, but see, yesterday was this. It's a lila. It's internal energy. Yesterday was despondent. So Narad came. He rectified him. Vidambanam, you're doing something abominable. He gave him the nitty gritty of his problem in 15. And now basically he's preaching to him. He's going to leave soon. First, he's going to tell his story as Dasiputra. So, yes, you're right. Vyasadeva knows all these things. But for the sake of preaching, because he plays the part of guru and Vyas plays the part of a shishya, he's preaching to him. And see, he's also glorifying him. Look at 20. Your good self knows all about this. See, he's not also, how do you say?
Yes. When it says your good self.
So
Yes. Yeah, you.
there's a verse, Satyam Bruyat Priyam Bruyat. When you preach, it should be palatable.
Yes. Relatable. Yeah.
Palatable. So here is very palatable. Your good self.
Mm.
No, please, I just gave you a sum up, a synopsis. Please develop. So he's not crushing him. He's God himself. Just the name is Vishnu. So Narad is extremely, he has a lot of tact. He's a Maha preacher. He's the most expert. How can you beat Narad? No one is on that level, except perhaps Shukdev, of course.
Or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Prabhu is God himself.
Well, because you said no one can beat him. But
Chaitanya Prabhu is uh, Radha Duti, Radhabhav Duti Suvaritam Nomi Krishna Swarup is Krishna Swarup himself. Is Krishna himself. So it's beyond competition. It's beyond competition. Yeah. So what we are saying here to be, and we'll finish up on this one before we move on to 21, that Savam Kavinam Brahma, everything is Brahman. And Brahman is not different from Bhagavan. Advayagyan is not different. So we are saying here, how can Bhagavan be everything? This, this is the answer. This universe is like Bhagavan, but it's not Bhagavan. Itara. Itara means different. So this is Achintya bad. We have to understand deeply. It's non-different. It is different. Simultaneously, inconceivably. Why? Because 9-4. Majatita Madhav Savam, Jagadaveta Murtina. The universe is created by him, maintained and destroyed. So it is like a portion of the Lord. It is the effect. It's like the cause and effect. The universe is the effect, and the Lord is the cause. For instance, if I tell you, oh, the sidewalk is wet. Why? That's the effect. What is the cause? Because it rained. So here we appreciate the universe that is the effect, but people tend to not see the cause behind the creator. They just see the creation. So what is the cause? If there is an effect, there is a cause somewhere. The cause is Krishna. And oftentimes people don't go that far. This is the problem. So 21.
Oh, before we go to 21, why in the purport Srila Prabhupada mentions Mukunda? Why this name of Krishna?
Because Mukund is the name. What is the meaning of Mukund?
I don't remember.
Mukund means the bestower of liberation. And as you know, it's quite an apt name for this purport because it gives liberation. And most of the Gyanis, remember, with this verse 20 explain that this is Brahman here. The Brahman is the cause of the creation, Sa Ekshata. So, and what are the Brahmavadis going for? They're going for liberation. So that's why they may even worship Mukund. At least this is intelligent. If you want to merge, I would strongly advise you to worship Mukund or Krishna. Because if you please Krishna, then you will merge. You cannot think, people are so foolish. They say, oh, I hate Krishna. Let me take another path and merge. It's not going to work. You cannot merge if you dislike, if you displace Krishna. Full stop. That is why in 10.232, we discussed Brahma is coming in the prison house, Devaki is pregnant of Krishna. He's saying to Krishna in the womb, oh, there's others very much austere, more than the devotees, but they don't make it. They are thinking they are in Brahman. They have no. And if you look at the purport, Prabhupada translates, they are falling from a so-called superior position. That is why Kanai Krishna Prabhu repeatedly, I used to argue with him. He told me, you cannot fall from Brahman. You cannot fall. So people are thinking I have merged, but Avishuddha Buddhaya, their Buddha is Avishuddha, impure. Vimukta Maninas, they are thinking they are liberated only to mental conception. You cannot fall down from Brahman. So they don't go to Brahman. You cannot go to Brahman if you hate Krishna. It's very simple.
But Brahma fall down.
No, be careful. Brahman with an N. Brahman. Brahman is the all-pervasiveness of Krishna. Brahman is the creator, the second creator. Brahman. Brahman is a different pronunciation. Brahman means the all-pervasiveness of Krishna. Krishna is everywhere. That's Brahman feature of the Absolute Truth.
Oh, I have one question.
Yes.
How the 5 types of liberation, like Salokya, Swarupya, Samipya, Shastri, and Sayuja, leads to service to God? And why even the top 4 types of liberation, excluding Sayuja, is not accepted by the pure devotees of the Lord? Though, like Salokya, you have the opportunities to live on the same planet as the Lord, and Samipya, you become an associate of the Lord. So why it has been rejected?
I think I lost you a little bit.
Hare Krishna, yeah.
Yeah,
can
go
you
ahead.
hear me, Prabhu?
Yeah, now I can hear you now.
Okay, I was asking why the 5 types of liberation, Salokya, Samipya, Shastri, Swarupya, and Sayuja, have been rejected by the pure devotees of the Lord, especially the top 4, though they give you opportunity to reside in the same planet as the Lord, become close to the Lord, to become an associate of the Lord. So why it have been rejected, and how those 5 types of liberation leads to devotional service to the Lord.
Yeah, Sayujya doesn't lead to devotional service.
Mhm.
So I would say Gaudiya Vaishnav dare to reject those four. And the verse is 329:13. Kapil is telling devotee, Salokya Salokya Shashti Samipya, Salokya Katvam Apyuta, Diyamanum Nagrinanti, Vinamat Sevanam Janaha. A pure devotee doesn't accept any kind of liberation, even Vimukti, Vaishnav Vimukti, Salokya, Shashti Samipya, Salokya. Or, yeah, of course, Ekatva means Sayuja. Even if they are offered by Krishna himself, or Supreme himself. Gaudiya can do that. Because Gaudiya, my Guru Maharaj used to say, the Gaudiya, they can even rescue people from Vaikunt. You have seen, again, I'm quoting that book, Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Gop Kumar is in Vaikunt, is not satisfied. How can you be in Vaikunt and not be satisfied? Why? Because long back he used to be in Vrindavan, and he started his relationship with Krishna, Shema Sundar. Unfortunately, he fell down and he went through the whole journey in the material world. Read the book, it's got 3 volumes. He became Brahma, he became Indra. I mean, all over the world, all over the creation, his journey. At the end of the day, because of his deeds, he's such an advanced devotee, can you imagine? He was granted, Lord Narayan granted him access to Vaikunt. But he's got that bhav way back he got from Vrindavan, those pretty, that love of Vrindavan, pretty Lakshanam. And then Narad happened to come to Vaikunt and told him, I understand, you are out of touch, you're out of place. Go back to Vrindavan, Boma Vrindavan. Then you persevere, you pursue your path with Krishna. It's called Gaudiya. So my Guru Maharaj used to say, even the Gaudiya have the power to rescue people from Vaikunt. Let's say you are in Vaikunt, you're not satisfied in your degree of intimacy with Narayan, because there's a lot of Aishvarya Bhav there, awe, reverence, respect, fear, perhaps even. So then you are a fit candidate for Gaudiya. And this is what happened to Narad in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. He told him, go back to Bhumavan. And then he did. And then finally he perfected his path. And he went back to Golok Vrindavan, the spiritual world. So this is the perfect book to understand. So 329:13, when we say a pure devotee, I would say a Gaudiya Vaishnava pure devotee that will not even be satisfied with. He doesn't want to go to Vaikunt. Everyone else. Who is the one who has introduced this? Madhavendra Puri Gosai. Before Madhavendra Puri Gosai, everyone was going to Vaikunt. Bas. Who dared to even speak out something higher than that? The first one who has introduced the seed of Madhurya Prem is Madhavendra Puri Gosai. And he heralded the coming of Mahaprabhu. He initiated Ishvara Puri, his foremost disciple, and he blessed him so much that in due course of time, Ishvara Puri gave initiation to God himself, Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu, from that seed sowed by Madhavendra Puri Gosai, he sprouted up the whole Chaitanya tree, the Prem Bhakti tree of Mahaprabhu, which is Gaudiya tree. So see, the Gaudiya tree is beyond that verse. That verse is spoken by Kapil to his mother. Already Kapil knew that sooner or later there will be devotees who dare to brave those 4 liberations. Only the Gaudiya can do that. Any other Sampradaya, even Vaishnava Sampradaya, they will not dare. If you go to Sri Ramanuj, they will say, no, Vaikunt, Lakshmi Narayan. You go to Udupi, the Tadvavadi Madhva, same story. They will say, okay, you worship Krishna, but they don't have a clear conception of the gifts of Mahaprabhu. And you go to Gujarat, they follow Vallabhacharya, the Vallabhis, Pushti Marg, same story. They are into Rukmini Dwarkadesh, which is great, yes, but it's still Dwarka. The only one who dare, that is why Mahaprabhu was revolutionary. He went to all over the India and even he went to Udupi. Even in those days, he told them, you're already off. You don't even follow Madhva. You're into Varnashram. He told them in the 16th century, you are off already. So Mahaprabhu was a revolutionary. He introduced Gaudiya Vaishnavism. It's totally beyond any scope. Only Gaudiya can dare to say, we can even take you higher than. You want to go more intimacy, have more intimacy with God, we can provide. Who would dare to say that? This is the story of Gopkumar. Gopkumar was not satisfied in Vaikuntha.
Prabhu, the Parampara of Sanat Kumar by Nimbarka Swami Acharya.
Yeah.
The Vrajbasi, they follow that Parampara.
Yeah.
And they say that they don't practice Dasharas, they go up to Sakhya to Madhurya. Yeah.
No, you're right. Thank you to remind me. Amongst the four Sampradayas, the closest to us by far, is Nimbark. I remember my Hindi teacher in 2008, I used to store my things at her place. She was my Hindi teacher, and she was from Nimbark. So I used to to chat with her. She was quite well steeped in Shastra, and I remember visiting the temple. They have deities of Shukdev. They worship Shukdev Goswami, and they are very, very, very close to us. They accept Mahaprabhu. There's little difference, like they can walk on Govardhan Hill. We cannot. They do walk. Number two, they have a little problem with Svakiya and Parakiya. They tend to have difficulty to accept Parakiya. They more accept Svakiya. So, but you're right. From the four, they are the closest by far. So, yeah. So it's 7 p.m. here. So we'll move on from next time, from 21.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So any questions?
We don't want to do 22.
Sorry?
We don't want to do 22.
Oh, you want to go further?
Yeah, leave 22 because
we went to 21, not 22. We haven't done 21.
Yeah, let's do it next week.
Oh, yeah.
It's already 2 hours.
21 is short. It's related to 20.
The time is over. Let's start.
If you guys want to carry on, you tell me.
I think we have to do next week and everybody come on time.
Atmanatmanam aveyamo yadrik parasya pumsa paramatmana kalam ajam prajatam jagata shivayatan mahanu bhava byudayo diganyatam.
Translation. Your goodness has perfect vision. You, yourself, can know the super soul personality of Godhead because you are present as the plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all people. Please, therefore, describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly. No.
Yeah, so we are into Naradvani. He's preaching to him. He's very extremely respectful. Please describe. And so he's finishing his preaching
Yes.
more vividly. It doesn't mean you haven't done it, but not vividly enough. So here,
And he recognizes Vyasadeva
of
as
course,
a
they are both.
Vishnu
they are
Tattva.
Yes, don't you think? If we know what to speak of Narad, Narad is a Buddha. He is called Trikalagya, is Agada Buddham, bottomless knowledge. He has bottomless knowledge. Agada Buddham. Shukdev. See, I don't know if I told you that. This is Ramanuj saying that, or Vishwanath. We study Shastra, I study Shastra, you study Shastra. We are using our senses to study Shastra.
Mm.
But these people, it's not like that. Because the knowledge of the soul is full of knowledge. It's already there. Even the soul of a porcupine, that soul inside, is full of knowledge, full of bliss. Independently of Shastra, the soul is full of knowledge. So what happened for those souls? I think it's Ramanuj or Vishwanath. They say it's pouring out. The soul is speaking. It's not you, your intellect, going through the filter of your senses. No. The soul is speaking. They are on the platform of the soul. So here, Narad is telling on the platform of the soul, you possess perfect knowledge. You understand by yourself that you are an Amsh. Vyasadeva is an Amsh. Vyasadeva is plenary portion. It's not a Chi. You are an Amsh of the Supreme Lord. Or understand also the Lord who, although unborn, has appeared as Krishna. He knows everything, Vyasadeva. He's just playing the part of a disciple, a perfect disciple. He could say, come on, Narada, I'm as good as you. Cut it. Cut it short. No, it's not a platform of false ego. So he understands everything, but he plays the part perfectly. So basically, he's telling Vyasadeva, you show that Krishna has greater powers than everyone else, including the avatars and their sources. He should be described. And he's telling even, you are the Lord. We should not explain that. You are the Lord. So don't show Maya your form of ignorance. You are the Lord yourself. So please, reveal yourself. You know, it's a funny lila, actually. You know?
Yes, because it's telling him you are like the Lord himself, or a very empowered plenary portion of the Lord himself.
Yeah, so they're playing. It's like when you know actors. I don't know if you know that. I used to be. My mother-in-law long back was an actress, and she's a professional actress, and she was telling me on stage. Sometimes you crack jokes, even the audience cannot see. Sometimes you know so much how to play. You know your text so much that you can sometimes try to make the other actor trip, make a mistake. You provoke him, and no one can see because they have such a mastery of the language, mastery of the text. They are professional actors. They may be playing for 50,000 persons. They know how to perform. So sometimes they would even try to make the other partner trip, but the other partner is as good as the first one, the former. And they just play. They crack jokes. They have play of words. They are professional actors. So it's the same here. It's the same. They're professional transcendental actors. Okay, so this is Vyasadeva knows spontaneously. Okay, so
And it's really lovely. The 21. Here, what we have on the. So sorry, 21. Where we have on the screen here, it's from Vishwanath.
Yeah, I've got Vishwanath here. Can you see my screen? I've got
Now is
Shiva Goswami.
Bhagavad Sobodini.
Yeah, Bhagavad Subodhini is Kurunga Darshan.
Yeah. But the translation from Vishwanath, I have it here.
Okay.
You possesses useful knowledge. Please understand spontaneously that you were born as a portion of the Supreme Person, the Paramatma, for the benefit of the world. Therefore, describe the glories of the all-powerful Lord.
Exactly.
Slightly different, huh?
Yeah. Okay, everyone. So it's
My question is, why does it refers to spontaneously? Please understand spontaneously.
yeah.
It's like telling him remember, or what?
This verse explains how Vyas knows spontaneously. Yes, as I said, it's a lila, So Vyasadeva is playing the part of a disciple. They're not going to reveal the truth because otherwise it spoils the fun,
Yes.
They don't want to spoil the fun.
Like when Mahaprabhu doesn't want me to be
Just like Arjuna. If Arjuna had told Krishna, okay, let me shoot my arrows, the Gita would have been 10 pages, 15 pages. Then there is no Gita. So there need to be an intrigue. The intrigue that's part of drama lila actually. The intrigue should be there so the protagonist can be speaking out what he wants to say.
And because life is like this as well.
Exactly.
It's intrinsicate.
Yes. So it's all internal energy. Yesterday was not despondent in the first place. He's the supreme, but he's playing the part. Arjuna is playing the part. Maharaj Parikshit is playing the part to be angry and thirsty, and he became angry. He put the dead snake on the neck of Sanika. You follow all these are internal energy.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu.
We'll start from 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
very
Prabhu.
much, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Recording
stopped.